Hello and welcome to the demonstration for my artifact. This is it, medical portfolios. The idea for this came about when I was on my placement year where I worked on several private healthcare company websites. It became apparent that there wasn't a clearly defined way of creating web page portfolios for medical professionals, despite all of them having one on company websites. This platform attempts to allow medical professionals to create an online portfolio specifically for them. It allows a portfolio to be created easily and showcase a medical professional's services, qualifications, experience, etc., whilst also having the technical elements such as modern design, usability, and discoverability. A simple way to think about the artifact is somewhere between LinkedIn and other social media platforms and website generators such as Wix or Squarespace, but specifically tailored to medical professionals for use as an online marketing tool. The platform is developed using the Next.js framework and deployed using the Versal cloud services, Versal being the company that develops Next.js. Versal also hosts the PostgreSQL database that the system uses. Okay, so I'm just going to start demonstrating some of the application's main features, including authorization using OAuth and manual, setting up a portfolio, and also searching for completed portfolios as well. So when signing up or signing in using OAuth services, the process is actually pretty much the same. We just select whether we want to sign up or sign in with Google or Facebook. That then takes us to the sort of provider page. We click on an existing account and then it will sign us in. Now, as mentioned, if I wanted to sign up instead of sign in, the actual process is exactly the same when using OAuth. The only time it's any different is if you wanted to sign up manually, in which case there is a form to fill in instead. Now, the main difference with signing up manually, other than obviously filling in the form, is you have to enter a password so that you can log in. You also have to authenticate the email address. Now, this is done by the system sending an email to the email address you type in with a link that you have to click, and only once that link has been clicked is the email address authorized. Once this is done, however, you can then log in manually. So if we were to sign in with an existing account, then once again that does take us to the dashboard. There are a couple of things we can do on the dashboard, like edit our personal details here, for example. We can also change the password, which also requires sending an email to the authorized email address. So from the dashboard, when you've got a new account, if we click on the Edit Portfolio button, then we go to the portfolio and we get something that looks like this. Obviously, it's not got a lot of details on there, so we're going to go through and make some changes and add some things in. So the first thing we'll do is we're just going to edit this header section. We do this by clicking the Edit Header button. We're going to change the theme first to this peach color. We're going to upload an image that I got earlier, and then also update the description like this, and then we just click the update button. It will think about it for a few minutes, but then it should update everything pretty quickly. Once we've done that, I'm just going to edit the navigation bar. Just change the font and the icon here. Yeah, I quite like this blue and orange theme, so I'll do the same with the footer. There are other social platforms that you can add here, so for example we can add Twitter. Oops. Again, it's all updated on the fly. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a new section. We're going to add the specialities section. So that will get added to the page in a few seconds. And then once that's added, we can then edit it. So let's change that. I'm just going to add in some details that I prepared earlier. So that's with one specialty added, and then if I add another one, yeah. Okay, and yeah, and then essentially you can just keep adding those sections as much as you want. And then all the other sections that you can add, so all of these other ones work in a very similar way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill out the entire portfolio with all of the sections, and then come back once the portfolio is complete. Okay, I'm back with the completed portfolio. I've moved my position on the screen down just so that you can see the nav bar. You can see now all of the sections are now included in the nav bar. Obviously they get added once the section is added. So if we go down to the specialities, you see you've got 4 nice specialities here. Then we go on to education, and we have each one of these sort of education milestones. Then if we go down to location, we have these different location windows that have options for contact number, email address, website, and then an actual Google map overlay as well. And then get down to contact, we have different options again for telephone and email, and then an actual contact form, which once filled out and sent, does send an email to the email address that was originally in your account sign up. Now, as well as these visual sections, one of the things you cannot see is some of the SEO information, which the page is automatically generating. One way to be able to see that is to return to the dashboard and then click one of the share buttons. Now this will attempt to share it to my Facebook account, and as you can see it will have all of the necessary Open Graph data, including a meta title, meta description, and the image automatically set up. So far I've just shown you what it looks like if you're a medical professional creating your portfolio, but what if you're a patient looking for a medical professional? By clicking this patients button, we do get this search screen. So if I were to just search the profile that we've just made, you can see that shows up. But then if I were to search another name, like Jonathan, for example, we'll get another profile that I made earlier for Jonathan. Now if I were to click on that, you'll see the profile looks very similar to the one we've made, with the only difference being we can no longer edit it, obviously because we're not signed in to this account. Now, one thing that was identified is that it's unlikely for a patient to search by the doctor's name or even by the scientific speciality that a doctor might put in their portfolio. So another way to search that was developed was by using more layman's terms or commonly known symptoms. So for example, if I was to search blood pressure, I get 2 results. Now these results work by linking things in their speciality section with these layman's terms. So for example, with this profile, it links it with the diabetes and hypertension management, hypertension being the scientific term for high blood pressure. And then similarly, with this one, it links it with the chronic disease management, which also includes hypertension